Jerusalem buzzed with whispers. The same city that had once cheered for Jesus now watched his followers with suspicion. Peter and John had just been released after standing trial before the powerful council, the same men who condemned their Lord to death. As the disciples gathered, their faces were pale, but their hearts burned with love. They locked the doors. The sound of footsteps outside made them tense. "What if they come for us next?" someone whispered. But Peter stood tall. "They can threaten us, but they can't silence the truth. We saw him alive." Yet behind those brave words there was trembling. They weren't superheroes, just fishermen, tax collectors, ordinary men who had lost everything but hope. Still, they knew what they had to do. They didn't pray for safety, they prayed for boldness. The room was dimly lit by flickering lamps. Every face glowed with a mix of fear and faith. Peter raised his hands. "Lord, you made heaven and earth. Look at their threats and give us courage to speak your word with boldness." It wasn't a whisper, it was a cry from the depths of their souls. They didn't ask God to remove the storm, they asked him to make them stronger than the storm. And then the ground began to shake. The walls trembled, the lamps swayed, but no one ran, no one screamed, because they all knew what it was. The Holy Spirit had come again, not as tongues of fire this time, but as a mighty vibration of divine power. Every heart caught flame, every voice lifted with courage. They rose, no longer fearful, no longer silent. From that house, they walked into the streets again, heads high, hearts steady. The threats were still there, the danger hadn't disappeared, but something had changed. They were no longer the hunted, they were the heralds. Everywhere they went, they spoke with fire. "Salvation is found in no one else but Jesus." And the world shook again. Because when believers pray, not for comfort but for courage, the earth itself takes notice. Centuries later, we still pray the same prayer. Not that the world becomes easier, but that our faith becomes stronger. They were shaken, yes, but never broken.